Hey guys, I'm Phil Morrison, and I'm a dating coach for men with social anxiety. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the biggest fear that all of my clients face when going out there and trying to get a girlfriend. So, whatever the words people use, whatever particular terms they prefer, ultimately it boils down to a fear of rejection. And the ultimate fear that the guys are facing, and I faced this fear in the past, and I still face this fear, is what if every single time I try to move things forward with a girl, every time I put myself on the line, I just get turned down and no one likes me. That is the biggest fear that holds guys back. And most guys feel that if that was the reality and they knew for a fact that zero girls like them, then they wouldn't be able to handle that. And they're afraid of finding out that that is the actual reality. But what's interesting is that if you don't actually face the fear of rejection, the result is still the same, or is actually exactly the same as the worst case scenario if you did face the fear of rejection. In other words, if you're so afraid of rejection that you're paralyzed to take action, you're paralyzed to tell a girl that you like her, to ask her out on a date, then ultimately you're going to have no dating life, which is the same outcome as asking every girl out on a date and being told no every single time. But when you actually go for it and you're willing to put yourself on the line and fail, you grow so much, especially when you actually start to get some results. And this is definitely the case for me. And I'm someone that really puts myself on the line. And because of this, when I'm going out there and meeting girls, of course I get rejected. I get rejected on a regular basis, but also I succeed on a regular basis. And the reason that I succeed is because I'm confident, I've worked on myself, faced different fears, and really got my life together. But I still get rejected. There's loads of girls out there that don't like me. But when you work on yourself and you get confident and you can communicate clearly and you have experience and you're able to be intelligent with that experience, it doesn't matter if any number of girls reject you, because you know without a shadow of a doubt that you can find girls that do like you. And really, this is the only way that I know to overcome rejection. In other words, to face the fear of rejection and get the proof that some girls do like you. And it really boils down to going out there and working on the fear. And a great way to do this is to go out there in public and actually go out there and start talking to girls. Stop a girl on the street that you really like in an ethical way. You can say, "Hey, excuse me, you look gorgeous today and I wanted to say hi." And then you can start a little conversation, have a chat, ask if the girl is single or not. And if she is single, say, "Do you know what? You're a beautiful girl. Really enjoyed talking to you. Would you like to go for a coffee with me?" And when you actually ask in this way, of course, it's as simple as you're going to get two responses, yes or no. And if you're a beginner, for sure, and even if you're more advanced, whatever response you get is a massive positive and is going to help you grow so much. And guys have this fear that they're going to continuously get rejected every single time they try. But you would only get rejected every single time if you're either doing something wrong every single time, which means that it's something which is fixable, something which you can change, or if you're not learning from your mistakes. And if you can stomach the painful emotions of getting rejected, and you can really take that in your stride, you actually get more confident within an individual session and over time as well. And sometimes it's common for people that are working with me. So when they're first going out there and approaching, they're getting rejected, and they start to criticize themselves, and they beat themselves up. They're like, God, I was really stupid then. What was I thinking? I made this mistake. I made that mistake. And I always tell them just to slow down, stop criticizing yourself, because we all have this natural ability to adjust to situations. And what I mean by this is when you're out there and you're facing the fear of rejection, for the first half an hour of going out there, speaking to girls and putting yourself on the line, you might feel really, really nervous. And likely, if you're really going for it, you will get rejected. But your body has this great ability to naturally adjust and respond to the situation. And suddenly, before you know it, if you stop criticizing yourself and you stop getting in the way of your own body's and your own mind's natural mechanisms, you start to switch into a much more confident mode. And some people call this getting into a flow state, getting in the zone, getting into your confident sweet spot, whatever you want to call it. And you'll notice that when you're in that spot, you can just go up to girls and speak normally, keep it simple, and you get much better responses. And it's really important to go out there and get this proof for yourself that when you get yourself into a confident space, which you can do by just facing your fear of going up and talking to girls, handling rejection, and continuing to face your fear and approach more girls. When you get into this confident space and you see that you're being received differently, your vibe is different, the energy is different, the way you're communicating is subtly changed, you really start to realize that the things that you might have thought mattered, such as your looks, your financial situation, your job, you might the things that you at first thought made a big difference, you'll realize that it doesn't matter at all. When you're confident, that's what attracts the girls. So there's a great lesson in handling rejection, because it's all about how you handle it. If you become very defeatist and when you get rejected, you put your head down, you effectively take yourself out of the races. You shoot yourself in the foot. But if instead you stomach the rejections, you're okay, I got rejected, happens to me, happens to the next guy, happens to everyone, nothing wrong with it, and you keep on going, you keep taking action, you feel better and better and better, get into a nice place, then suddenly the same girls that were rejecting you are now responding well to you. And this is a great lesson in life, because what it will teach you that when you're confident, you can find girls that like you. They naturally like you. And then the question is, okay, so confidence works when it comes to attracting girls. And your ability to handle rejection positively builds confidence. So how do you get more generally confident over time? And the key is to really face all your fears, which are holding you back from freely expressing yourself as you want to. And a very simple way to do this, which may sound insultingly simple, but I promise you this actually works. If you write down a list of your top fears, rational fears, not irrational fears like heights or something like this. If you write down a list of your rational fears as opposed to ones which are irrational, and you go and work on them, you will get more confident. For example, public speaking is a massive fear which affects loads of people. And if public speaking affects you, you can do improv comedy, you can join public speaking groups such as Toastmasters and start to face your fear of public speaking. You can also work on your lifestyle. You can start to train, get yourself fit and healthy, eat a nice diet. This boosts your confidence as well. And you can go out there, approach girls and face rejection, keep working on yourself and just continuously grow. And when you do this, although your mood may fluctuate over time, or in fact your mood will of course fluctuate over time because you're only human, your general confidence will actually increase. And when your general confidence increases, it's really not going to be a big deal for you to go out there and find some girls that like you. And you don't need to worry about learning, a skill set like pickup or game or something like this, because ultimately, when you're confident and you're being yourself, it really is not a big deal to find girls that like you. And it's shocking to many guys when they realize this truth. And it was shocking to me to realize that I could just be myself and with confidence and girls like me. But when you realize this and you work on yourself, this whole area of your life can be a solved problem as opposed to a pending problem. But the big fear that holds back guys that I'm speaking to is the fear of rejection. And ultimately, I would advise you to go out there, approach some girls, put yourself on the line, accept that you will get rejected. The fact that you're getting rejected means you're actually asking the questions, you're actually trying, because only if you're being told, you're not going to be told no if you're not asking for a yes. So the fact that you're getting rejected is a good sign. It means that you're being brave and you're putting yourself on the line. And the key is to actually experience this, realize that it doesn't affect who you are as a person. You're still an awesome person, even if you're getting rejected. Every guy who's successful still gets rejected. I still get rejected. My great mentor, he still gets rejected, but he also succeeds, and I succeed too. And ultimately, to be proud of yourself for taking action, even if you're getting rejected, and just have that warrior's spirit that doesn't matter if you get defeated sometimes, you're going to keep coming back. You're going to keep learning from your mistakes. And if you have this warrior's attitude and you keep on growing, you will get the successes, and then the rejections will have less of an effect on you. They'll actually help you out. It's feedback on some level, so sometimes you can make subtle tweaks as a response to the rejections. And it also wakes you up if you find yourself sleepwalking through life. Sometimes you need a little wake-up call. And getting rejected is not a bad thing at all. So, yeah. If rejection holds you back, the only way to overcome it is to go out there, get rejected, take it in your stride, and to be enough of a warrior to continue going on. And there's massive rewards for overcoming rejection, and there's no rewards for not overcoming rejection. If you don't overcome it, you automatically fail, but only if you overcome it do you have a great opportunity to succeed. So I strongly encourage you to go out there and be willing to put yourself on the line, and remember that today's failures are tomorrow's successes. So I hope you got value from this video. I'm going to get myself back into the habit of regularly recording and uploading YouTube videos. So I've basically been finishing off a PhD in recent months, meaning that I've still been doing my coaching and helping guys out with the social anxiety, get more confident and go on dates. But basically I've just been doing the coaching and running events, but took a little break from the YouTube to get this thesis done. And now the thesis is getting done, so I'm back on YouTube, and I'm going to keep providing content which I think is valuable, and really try and help out anyone who's struggling in this area finally overcome this problem.